Hi, welcome to Cichlid Heaven. Got a problem today, and I'm trying to take care of it. My FX6 last night was pretty much dead. Didn't appear to be running at all, and I realized when I dumped it out that it was really stinky. So water in there got stagnant, and I left it overnight in this thing to clean up, to just soak. So you can see I'm pulling off the motor here. Kind of an important thing to do when your motor's not working. Better open it up and see what's going on. And it didn't take long to see what was wrong. Frankly, I got the motor off of the thing. It's just 4 screws holding it in place. Comes off real easy. You just pull that impeller straight out, and you look at that crud in there that's accumulated. So hard water deposits. Who knows how long it's been since this thing has been taken apart. Had this for several years, and somebody had it before me. So anyway, you can see all the stuff encrusted on there. So my first thought was I'll spray it out and see how that helps, and it actually did a fair amount of good. If you look at that picture there, that's really in pretty good shape compared to the way it was. Pull off that pretty gummed up O-ring there. And so look at it now, looking a lot better. However, it's still not good enough, and the impeller is also looking really encrusted with hard water, snail residue, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to have to do a real deep cleaning on the impeller and inside the actual housing where the impeller goes. So the spray bottle you see there has vinegar in there, just straight white vinegar. It's a great way to it works really well to clean up hard water stuff and all kinds of other things. So it took me probably a good 15 minutes or so with the toothbrush to get the majority of the gunk off of the outer part and then out of the inner part. Now down inside there's a bearing and a little O-ring, and that's what the bottom of the impeller, on top of the impeller, however it goes, inside there. And this little device here in my hand is to to put in a new O-ring, and that comes with the service kit, the FX6 service kit, if you ever need it. So it also comes with this little hook device here, because down inside there, if you hook this little piece down inside the little groove, first of all you pull out a little O-ring, tiny little rubber O-ring, only about probably ½ inch in diameter, and there it is. Pulled that out, and then down inside there also is the bearing, and there it goes. It just dropped out, and it's really encrusted as well. So I'll clean those up, clean the rest of this inside, and it's going to take a little bit more with the vinegar to get this fully clean out on the inside. Trying to make sure there's no residue whatsoever. And I'll do the same thing with the impeller. I'm not going to video that part, but let's get that totally clean. And once that's clean, I'll go ahead and reassemble the filter. It takes quite a while, so if you're doing this yourself, a toothbrush is a pretty good tool. I've tried a bottle cleaner, a straw cleaner, pipe cleaners, a few other things, but really the toothbrush was the best piece for getting down inside everything. And it was very effective. By the time I was done, there was no evidence that this thing wasn't brand new. I looked at the housing that the motor goes on, and it was pretty gooey, so I sprayed it off really well with the hose. Mind you, we had a hard frost last night, and it's freezing cold outside right now. So there's that O-ring that goes around between the, boy, I can't describe it, around the edge of that circular outer part there. Yeah, there's probably a better way to describe that. But anyway, just me putting here the motor back in the place. There's 4 screws. One thing about these screws is they're not going into just metal and you can go as hard as you want on those screws. You got to be really, really gentle with those screws, because if you overdrive those once, you've just ripped through the plastic housing there, and there's no way to rescue that once you've done it. So just putting it back together. Funny thing is, I'm dumping the water in, I realize there's water coming out the bottom. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I should turn that thing off. Filled that up and topped it off with the hose. So everything is clean. The impeller's clean. The all the insides of that motor there where it works are clean. And if I'm really lucky, I'll start this up and have that run. So moment of truth is coming up here. Just attaching the in and out valves, and I've got a bin of water out there just so that I don't have to worry about doing this inside. I'll plug it in and see what happens. You need a drum roll for this part here. Okay, got that in the water. There we go. Now I'm plugging it in. Oh, I see something good going on. Oh yeah. So, got this thing running like a charm. So, I have had a seized up motor before on one of these that didn't start up, but this one did start up after being cleaned. So, thank goodness, because these are pretty pricey. The motor costs about $150 to $180 depending on where you get it. And so, if it's running like that, that's about what it should be doing. So, it was really good. So, got this out of the backyard and brought it down to the fish room and put it together. If I were just doing a routine cleaning and I didn't have to worry about testing, I would never have taken those back hoses off there, because it takes several minutes to get them reset in place and clipped on there just right and everything like that. And then I have to suck water into the hose there to get water in the hoses again, and got that going. And while it was outside, one of the I'll call them lug nuts, one of those twisty pieces on top there broke. So I've got all but one nice and tightened down evenly there, and the one is missing entirely. So, but I'm just going to go ahead and start it, and you see by the cloudy water going on up there that it started just fine. So, for a temporary fix at least, I've got this couple of C-clamps in place of that little lug nut that's missing, and I ordered a new one. You see when the valve is on, you can see how the curvature of the hose goes in the same direction down towards there. So if you're ever looking at the side and you're trying to remember if which way's on, which way's off, that way is on. You can see I've got that lug nut there that's not doing too well either. There's little minor cracks in them. So I've ordered a dozen of these little nuts that go underneath there. That seems to be the part that occasionally has problems, so that I can replace them whenever I need to. So tank's going all right, and everything looks pretty back to normal again, thank goodness. So if you have an FX6 that stalls out on you and it's not working, just pull off that motor, clean everything out, and it should work. Sure, and like and subscribe if you like this video. Have a great day.